Well, we are just 2 days out from Election Day, and the two main candidates are hitting the battleground states hard. Vice President Kamala Harris spoke at a church in Detroit this morning. It was her first stop in a day-long swing through Michigan ahead of Election Day. Comes a day after she appeared on Saturday Night Live. Fox's Connor Hansen reports from Washington, D.C.
Just 48 hours before Election Day, Vice President Kamala Harris is making her final pitch to voters in a crucial swing state. And she's zeroing in on some specific groups she hopes will show up and help put her over the edge on Tuesday. The vice president spent her last Sunday of the campaign crisscrossing the critical swing state of Michigan, stopping to speak at a church in Detroit, then visiting a restaurant and a barbershop. Harris held a large rally at Michigan State University targeting young voters.
But we need everyone to vote in Michigan. You will make the difference in this election.
But she might be most worried about the largest Arab American population in the country near Detroit.
And we are joined today by leaders of the Arab American community, which has deep and proud roots here in Michigan.
Many in that community have disapproved of her administration's handling of the war in Gaza. Harris promised to do everything she can to end the war. This after a surprise appearance on Saturday Night Live, which caught the attention of the FCC.
Keep Kamala and carry on a lot.
Republicans argue it violated the equal time rule, since former President Trump's campaign says he was not invited.
Look, this is all the appearances of at least some leadership at NBC, at SNL, making clear that they wanted to weigh in favor of one candidate before the election.
Sunday was the final day of early voting in Michigan, with nearly 3 million ballots already cast. On Monday, Vice President Harris will campaign in Pennsylvania with a celebrity-packed lineup, including Oprah, Lady Gaga, and Katy Perry. In Washington, Connor Hansen, Fox 4 News.
Meanwhile, former President Trump hosted a rally in Kinston, North Carolina, a day after early voting in that state wrapped up. He also spent time in Pennsylvania, where he said he wouldn't mind if reporters at his rally got shot, and suggested he should not have left the White House after he lost in 2020. Fox's Rebecca Castor has more.
Former President Trump barnstorming battlegrounds in the final weekend of his campaign as he makes his closing arguments to voters on why he deserves another 4 years in the White House.
I'd like to begin by asking you a very simple question. Are you better off now than you were 4 years ago?
For many of Trump's supporters, the economy is issue number one.
I get $40 worth of groceries, and I'm like, what did I just get for $40?
Interest rates are high. It's hard for families.
The latest New York Times Siena College poll shows the race heading toward a photo finish, with 6 of 7 swing states within the margin of error. One poll ruffling some feathers within the Trump campaign shows the former president down 3 points in Iowa, a state he carried comfortably in both 2016 and 2020. Though even Kamala Harris's allies are cautioning it's a major outlier.
One poll is just one poll, but it could be an indicator that, Trump really is losing some of those moderates and conservatives.
Trump on Sunday also getting criticism for a new round of controversial comments, drawing attention to the protective glass set up at his outdoor rallies. The former president said this.
To get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news, and I don't mind that so much.
The Trump campaign quickly clarified those remarks, saying the former president was not suggesting any violence against the media. In West Palm Beach, Florida, Rebecca Castor, Fox 4 News.